So today we are entering into this language and literature part. Language, good morning to all. Language and literature part. Why to study this language and literature part? I'm audible to all online students. I'm audible. Board is visible. Okay, fine, good. So language and literature. We know that every year UPSC asks at least one question from this area. At least one question. When you study language and literature, the focus areas are like this. For example, the author and work, which is important. Work and language, which is important. Or a particular work, literary work and its theme is important. Theme or plot is important. Or it can be the chronology of literary works. The chronology of literary works, or it can be, comparison. Comparison. For example, Vedic Samhita Sadhar, or Aranyaka Sadhar, Brahmana Sadhar, Upanishad Sadhar can be compared. Buddhist literature, Agama literature, Jain literature is the Tripitaka Sadhar, Buddhist literature can be compared. Shayadvada, Nyayavada, Anekantavada, Yogacara philosophy can be compared. Okay, so comparison type of questions are there. Similar way, they ask on this Bhakti Sufi literature, or they can ask about this foreign literature or these foreigners' contributions, and similar way they can ask about the modern nationalist literature. So when you study language and literature, the languages, endangered languages and the tribes associated. Okay, so when you study language and literature, focus on the popular works of ancient, medieval, modern times and their authors. Or maybe the works and language. Some are written in Pali, some are written in Prakrit, some are written in Sanskrit. Okay, so the works and the language. Similar way, the works and the theme. For example, Mudra Rakshasa. Okay, or maybe Abhijnana Shagundalam, or Malavi Agnimitram, or Artha Shastra, what they deal with. Okay, similar way, the chronology of literature, or maybe Bhakti Sufi literature, or comparison of philosophies, comparison of Buddhist Jain literature, or modern nationalist literature, Neil Darpan. Okay, similar way, foreigners' contributions, literary contributions, foreign Chinese travelers are there, foreign European travelers are there, their contributions, or maybe their works in ancient, medieval, modern times could be asked. So this is something our focus in language and literature part. Moving on to the current affairs, which you have to notice this year. Recently in Delhi, okay, now this is clear to you. It's clear to you. So some current affairs, some current events related to language and literature you have to take care for this upcoming prelims 2026. Okay. See, Festival of Letters recently held in Delhi. Festival of Letters 2025. Sahitya Academy, organized by Sahitya Academy. It was in Delhi and it was a major national literature festival. Okay. Organizer is Sahitya Academy. And see, there is awards presented in 23-24 languages during this Festival of Letters 2025. Yeah, Sahitya Academy, it's an autonomous literary body under the Ministry of Culture. So that point is very important. Okay, Sahitya Academy or Lalitagara Academy, Sahitya, I mean, different cultural organizations are there, departments are there, they come under which ministry? That part is also very important. We studied last class also. So it comes under Ministry of Culture. It promotes literature in 24 languages. International Mother Language Day is celebrated. It is at IGNCA in February 2025. It works under IGNCA, it works under Ministry of Culture, linked to cultural and language preservation. So they can match the pair. They can ask this organization connected with which area. Okay, maybe it is education, or it is literature, or it is something related to what is called monumental preservation. Okay, ancient monumental preservation, something like that. So take care. Spell is again very important here. Scheme for protection and preservation of endangered languages. It targets endangered languages, especially those spoken by fewer than 10,000 people. So take care. There is spell. Spell is what? A scheme for protection and preservation of endangered languages. What kind of endangered languages? Especially those spoken by fewer than 10,000 people. So they are identified 117 languages identified in the first phase. Okay, under this category. Then see Gyan Bharadam Mission. This is National Mission for Preservation, Digitization, and Dissemination of these manuscripts. Then there is Kriti Sampada. This is National Digital Repository of Manuscripts, National Digital Collection of Manuscripts under Manuscript Preservation Efforts. Then classical languages, total 11 classical languages. Total 11 classical languages. Then see newly recognized classical languages, Marathi, Pali, Prakrit, Assamese, Bengali. These are recently recognized classical languages. Then criteria for classical languages: antiquity, ancient literature, knowledge it is, distinct literary traditions. Take care. Take care. There are certain aspects which you have to look into while studying this language and literature for this year. Most importantly, I said it. Yeah, have an idea. Festival of Letters, Sahitya Academy Awards. Yes, International Mother's Language Day, or IGNCA, spell. Okay. Then see classical languages, recently added classical languages. That was recently asked by PVC, UPC also. Then there is Gyan Bharadam Mission, Kriti Sampada, Gyan Bharadam Mission, National Mission for Preservation, Digitization, Dissemination of Manuscripts. Kriti Sampada, National Digital Collection of these manuscripts. Those things you please take care. These are important for you because what we have seen, this way also they ask the very simple factual questions from this art and culture part. So take care of this, cover it, and in our compilation, yearly compilation of art and culture, the remaining things are given in the detailed format. Just cover it. Okay, just cover it. Art and culture related current affairs, you cover it, especially with regard to language and literature. There I have mentioned the very endangered languages recently were in the news, or the tribes spoken these endangered languages recently in the news discussed. So just cover the endangered languages or lesser spoken, people speaking languages and their specialities, and who are the communities or tribes associated with it. Okay, or which part of India that is preserved. Those things are very much important. So I said it, when you study language and literature, based on the PYQ trends, it is like the author and work, language and text and religion or sect. For example, the text belonging to Alwar sect, Nayanar sect, or text belonging to this what is called Hinayana, Mahayana, okay, or text belonging to Digambara or Shvedambara, okay. So the text of religion, text of various sects, chronology of these books or works, court language, official language, Bhakti Sufi saints and the regional literature, sacred text traditions. Okay, all these are various questions they ask in prelims exam from this language and literature. So higher yielding areas are like this. You see Vedas, Upanishads, epics, Buddhist and Jain literature. They already asked Anegandavada, they asked Shayadvada, they asked Madhyamika philosophy. Okay, so they asked this Buddhist literature, Sutta Pidaga, Vinaya Pidaga, Abhidhamma Pidaga. Similar way, Jain literature they asked. Okay, Jain philosophies they asked. Heterodox philosophies they asked. Orthodox philosophies they asked. So of course, these Vedas, Upanishads, epics, Buddhist, Jain literature, Sangam literature. Recently they asked Sangam literature, na? The findings, the socio-economic, political, cultural findings from Sangam literature. That is a favorite area of UPSC. Okay, recently they asked you from Sangam literature. Then Sanskrit, drama and kavyas. There are lots of Sanskrit works. Lots of Sanskrit works which is done in these ancient times, medieval times. So what are the very popular? Very popular Sanskrit works done in these ancient times during the time of Mauryas, post-Mauryas, Guptas, post-Guptas. Similar way, medieval times also, Sanskrit works done. Their authors, their plot, okay, or their patrons, important. Bhakti literature, Sufi literature, Persian chronicles of Sultanate and Mughal era. Of course, the very popular works, which is Persian works or maybe Sanskrit works, Arabic works, which is done during this Sultanate and the Mughal era, which is important. Many chronicles are there, many biographies and autobiographies are there. They are very much important for you. You should cover it nicely. Okay. Another part is, yeah, there is regional literature, there is nationalist literature. Cover them nicely because they're being asked in the exam, in the prelims examination multiple times. Okay. So these are higher yielding areas in language and literature category. Everyone, please follow this. Similar way, yeah, when we get into this literature, we start with the Vedic literature. Am I right? Vedic literature. Very simply, if I make it into a concise, precise presentation of Vedic literature, I would say Vedic literature, its classification go like this. Is it clear to you? There is Samhitas are there, Samhitas are there, Brahmanas are there, Aranyakas are there, Upanishads are there. So the order goes this way. What is the order? What is the order? Yes, there is Samhitas. Online students, you are able to follow me? If you have any difficulty, please inform me. Yeah, Samhitas are there. It goes Samhitas. Come on, what is next category? Brahmanas or Brahmanas. You see, the prose version, which explain the hymns. Okay. Then after which there is Aranyakas are there. Aranyakas, the forest books. The forest books, you know, the ritual philosophy, dealing with the ritual philosophy. After Aranyakas, it is Upanishads. Upanishads, the original philosophy. The original philosophy, dealing with the Brahman, Atman, cycle of birth, death, karma, all those elements, transmigration of soul, all those elements. So this is actually the classification of Vedic literature. Samhitas are there, Samhitas are there, Brahmanas are there, okay, or Brahmanas are there, Aranyakas are there, Upanishads are there. Okay, now here, coming to Samhitas, please try to understand. There is Rigveda Samhita, Samaveda Samhita, Yajurveda Samhita, Atharva Veda Samhita. Rigveda Samhita, Samaveda Samhita, yes, Yajurveda Samhita, Atharva Veda Samhita. You know, Samaveda. Come on. Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, and Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, and Atharva Veda Samhita. Okay, Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, and Atharva Veda Samhita. Okay, Rigveda, that is the oldest one. That is the oldest one, and that is collection of the hymns in praise of various gods. In praise of Indra, in praise of Agni, in praise of Varuna. Okay, in praise of male gods, there is collection of hymns, and that collection of hymns is called Rigveda Samhita. That is the oldest and most sacredest. Other Samhitas are borrowed from this only. Samaveda Samhita, you know, that is set into music, the Veda of melody. Okay, while performing rituals, sacrifices, you know, this is into singing. So that is Samaveda Samhita. Yajurveda Samhita, that is dealing with the rules of these various, performance of rituals and all. So that is Yajurveda Samhita, dealing with the formulas or the rules and regulations. Now coming to Atharva Veda, which is regarded as the work of this, hypnotism, magical spells and charms, etc. That is Atharva Veda Samhita. So just to see easiest way, this is the oldest. Rigveda is the oldest one. This is the hymns in praise of various gods. Okay, in various gods. And see, you must understand that this is regarded as the most sacred of these Samhitas. Samaveda is musical chants for sacrifice. Yes, hymns sung in Soma ritual. So musical chants for sacrifice. Yajurveda ritual formula. Example, mantras used in this Ashwamedha Rajasuya sacrifices. Then Atharva Veda spells and healings. Example, charms for diseases, curing and protection. Brahmanas are ritual explanation. Example, Shatpada Brahmana. Aranyakas, symbolic and meditative test. Example, Taittiriya Aranyaka. Aranyakas are dealing with the philosophy part of rituals. Upanishads are actual philosophy. They deal with this, different Upanishads are there. They deal with the Brahman, Atman, soul, transmigration of the soul, concepts, etc. Coming slides, we will study in detail. Now, this is the most precise form of this Vedic literature. What are they? Come on, say, Samhitas. The order, they can ask the chronology, they can ask this, order of this Vedic literature. That is Yeah, Samhidas are there, Brahmanas are there, Aranyakas are there, Upanishads are there. Okay, Samhidas, they are collection of the hymns in praise of gods. Am I right? Hymns in praise of gods. And coming to this Brahmanas, I said it, that is prose version that explain these, hymns. Okay. Then coming to these Aranyakas, we said, yes, they deal with these rules, regulations, or formulas of these rituals. Okay. Again, coming to this Atharva Veda Samhita. Okay, Atharva Veda Samhita, Rigveda Samhita, Samaveda Samhita, Yajurveda Samhita, Atharvaveda Samhita. Rigveda Samhita, I said it. Rigveda Samhita, that is Maripoyo. Rigveda Samhita, the oldest and sacred of these hymns in praise of gods. Samaveda, the Veda of melody. Then this Yajurveda is dealing with the rules and regulations, formulas, etc. Then Atharvaveda is, magical spells and charms. Okay. Now coming to these Brahmanas, they are explanatory notes. Then Aranyakas, they are the concluding portions of Brahmanas, and they are dealing with yes, this philosophy of rituals, and this what is called Upanishads actual philosophy. Rigveda, this is the oldest one. Samaveda is, the Samhita of melody or music. Yajurveda, dealing with the sacrificial formulas. Atharvaveda, the spells, the healing, domestic life, etc. Upanishads, philosophical speculation. Then this Brahmanas, ritual explanation. Then see Aranyakas, they are transition from ritual to philosophy, or they are dealing with the ritual philosophy. They are dealing with the philosophy of rituals. You got the point, na? These are clear to you? These are clear to you? Detailed explanation I will give you, but you try to catch this, what is called this like easy one line explanation. Okay, this will, you can easily register in the mind and you can recall in the exam hall. Now coming to this Buddhism, Jainism, see, first of all, understand the basic fundamental philosophy of Buddhism, Jainism. Buddhism, it stands for no permanent soul. Jainism, permanent soul exists. Buddhism follow middle path. Jainism follows severe asceticism and this penance. Buddhism say desire causes suffering. Jainism say karma is the bondage. Okay, this is your duty to, yes, this is your ultimate aim in the life to liberate yourself from this karmic bondage. And so we know that both are heterodox sect. Both are, challenging the orthodoxy, or orthodox religious Brahmanism, and they challenged so many things. They challenged what things? They opposed these rituals. They opposed rituals and sacrifices. Okay, they opposed this Brahminical priesthood dominance, or they were against, or they opposed this caste rigidity and caste hierarchy, and they focused on the concept. That concept is, is a symbol and inclusive and is an equality based religion or a social life. So here you see, yeah, so many similarities are there. They were against rituals and sacrifices. They were against these religious complexities. They were against this priesthood dominance. They were against these caste rigidities, etc. At the same time, they have some differences also. Buddhism has no belief in this, permanent soul. Jainism believes in the eternal soul. Buddhism follows middle path, Ashtangiga Marga for salvation. Jainism believes severe asceticism and penance for salvation. Buddhism say desire is causing sufferings. Jainism say karmic bondage, that is the perpetual slavery. Okay, liberate yourself from this karma bondage. Okay, so these essential principles of Buddhism, Jainism, please take care. At the same time, when you come across this Buddhist literature, its division go this way. Tripitakas, Buddhist literature division go this way. There is Tripitaka, which is that is the main Buddhist canon. That is Vinay Pitaka, Sutta Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka. What are the Tripitakas? Vinay Pitaka, Sutta Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka. Okay, Vinay Pitaka dealing with the discipline of monastery or monastic rules. monastic rules. Vinay Pitaka dealing with the Buddhist monastery, you know, Sangha is dealing with the Buddhist monastic rules. Sutta Pitaka is teachings of Buddha. Sutta Pitaka is dealing with the teachings of Buddha. Abhidhamma Pitaka is dealing with the philosophical interpretations of Buddha's teaching. So these are known as this canonical literature, Buddhist canonical literature. Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka. Sutta Pitaka dealing with what? Sutta Pitaka dealing with what? Yeah, Sutta Pitaka, that's dealing with, Sutta Pitaka is dealing with the original teachings of Buddha, Buddha. Then this Vinay Pitaka is dealing with what? Vinay Pitaka is dealing with what? Yes, Vinaya Pitaka is dealing with Buddhist monastic discipline or monastic rules, monastery rules. Okay, that is Vinaya Pitaka. Now, Abhidhamma Pitaka is dealing with the philosophy part of Buddhism, or maybe the philosophical interpretations of Buddha's teaching. That is Abhidhamma Pitaka. So, Vinaya Pitaka, monastic discipline. Sutta Pitaka dealing with the teachings of Buddha. Abhidhamma Pitaka is dealing with the philosophy of Buddha's teaching. Jataka is an example of non-canonical text. It is an example of non-canonical text. Okay, so Jataka is dealing with the previous birth stories of Buddha. Now this is Jain literature. See, this is Jain literature. Jain literature, Agamas, main Jain sacred text. Language is Prakrit. Here the language is Pali. Okay, here the language is Pali. Here it is Prakrit. Angas are primary division. Ubangas are secondary division. Shedambaras accept Agamas. Digambaras believe original Agamas are lost. Okay, so these are fundamental principles or some fundamental ideas about this Jain literature. In the coming slides, we are going to discuss in detail, but this is the fundamental thing you must understand. Are you able to solve this first question? The famous literature Gada Saptashadi by Shadavahana ruler Hala is written in which of the following languages? Pali, Prakrit, Sanskrit, Kannada. This we already covered when we studied Shadavahanas. Okay, online students also try to answer this. Try to answer this, all of you. Try to answer this. Yes, this famous literature, Gada Saptasadi, which is by Hala, is written in which of the following language? Pali, Prakrit, Sanskrit, Kannada. How many of you say A is the answer, Pali is the answer? No one. So, okay, I eliminate A. How many say Bombay? B is the answer, Prakrit? No chance? No chance? Okay, Sanskrit. You all say Sanskrit. Online students also say Sanskrit. Yes. Okay, then anybody for Kannada? No chance of Kannada. Okay, so I am not fixing the answer. I eliminate A and D. I have B and C. After some classes, after when we reach Shadavahana literature, we will see this. Okay. Anyway, two choices there, Prakrit and Sanskrit. Let me see. Okay, let us see. Now, Vedic literature, India's oldest known works of literature. Point number one, prelims point number one. Yeah, Sanskrit, it is written in, or maybe it is the language of Sanskrit passed down orally from generation to generation. Okay, it's a written compilation that is in the later stages, you know. Initially, it was orally transmitted from Guru to Sishya. Okay, so that thing is there. Four Vedas are the Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharva Veda. Rig Veda, I said, the oldest and sacred, and the hymns in praise of gods. And Yajurveda is dealing with that rules, regulations, and sacrificial formulas, etc. Samaveda is the Veda of melody that is set into music for singing while performing the sacrifices. And this Atharva Veda is dealing with yes, that magical spells, charms, etc. You know. Now see, each Veda is made up of Brahmanas, Upanishads, Aranyakas. Traji is the collective name for this Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda. Atharva Veda was included in this group. UPC once asked a question, which of the following is regarded as the work of non-Aryans, or it is regarded as a lower work, you know, that is regarded this Atharva Veda, which is regarded as a work of non-Aryans. Okay, so these are essential points which you take care for your prelims examination. So these things are very clear, na? These are very factual things. These are very clear to you, I think. Now this is the way we have divided. This is the way we have divided. This is the way we have divided this Vedic literature. Look into this. Samhitas means collection of hymns in praise of various gods. Collection of hymns in praise of various gods. See the point, 2 marker number 1. Samhitas mean they are collection of the hymns in praise of various gods. Now let me ask you the question. Do you think Samhitas were actually the collection of the hymns in praise of male gods only? Both the male and the female gods. Both the male and the female gods. They had personified a natural phenomenon and they worshipped them. So it is in praise of Indra, Varuna, Agni, Soma. So many gods are there. Okay. Usha, Prithvi. Now see, Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharveda, these are the Samhitas. Now coming to Brahmanas, they are explanatory notes of this, hymns and mantras, ritual sacrifices. So this is prose. This is the prose version, and they explain the hymns. Now, Aitreya, Kaushtagi, Tandyamaha, Taitriya, Shatpada, Gobada, for each Samhita, it has separate Brahmanas. Okay, it has its own Brahmanas. Then the concluding portions of Brahmanas are called Aranyakas. So Brahmanas are prose version. They explain the meaning of the hymns. Okay, they explain the hymns, and see, Aranyakas are concluding portions of Brahmanas, and they are ritual philosophy. They are also called the forest books. Aranyakas are also called the forest books. Concluding portions of Brahmana, they deal with the philosophy of rituals. They deal with the philosophy of rituals. And the final portion of this Vedic literature, which is Upanishad, that is actually dealing with the original philosophy. Okay. So see, Upanishads gives no importance to ritual sacrifices. It is stressed on the path of knowledge. There are different versions. We will see there are different Upanishads here. Different Upanishads are there. Kada Upanishad is there. Chandogya Upanishad is there. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is there. UPC asked different questions. For example, Satyameva Jayate is taken from this particular. So that way they asked different questions previously. That also we will see now.
Gallant IAS, chasing your passion to ace.